Good morning, Maureen and Carla, and who is that on Twitch? So good morning, everybody. I had a tough time getting to sleep. Tough time waking up this morning. But now I am bright-tailed and bushy-eyed. I'm ready to start the day. So, I hope everybody slept well, or if it's evening wherever you're at, I hope your day's going well. So, listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. Taking that breath. So I'm distracted. I'm looking behind me and I'm seeing this. So if you haven't noticed, I actually collect Ouija boards. And back in the 1920s, they were not considered anything to be afraid of because the movie The Exorcist hadn't come out. But this is kind of cool. Actually, it's headline news. It's a book of poetry written from a Ouija board. And they had the Atlanta Georgian. It was actually headline news. So I had just gotten this. I actually have like a Ouija board museum. So I need to be really careful with this. Yes, I have the... Oh, that's the classic. Yep. No, 1:20 p.m. Good afternoon. So, let's see what the universe has for us today. Any tips or tricks? See if there's any angers or resentments that we can deal with this morning or evening or sitting here, so that if it pops up again sometime during the day, we can react differently and just surprise everybody. This is definitely my form of meditation. So, good morning, Magdalena and Laniki. Okay, so I'm going to do our 3 stacks here. Each one, as we discuss, is a thread going out to the universe. And whichever thread we pull is the thought we'll take with us throughout the day. Each one being a different conversation. And today is Tuesday. So I tell you what, let's see what's right on the surface today. Let's see what's on the top stack. Yeah, I have over 100 Ouija boards, about 120 hanging on the walls now. Starting from 1891, which was 1892, which is the first year they came out. So we've got all the variations and all the really cool Art Deco ones that came out in the 30s. So, let's see what we have. We have the High Priestess. So it's about insight and going inside and seeing what the answers are. Seeing what she's got written in that book. The 9 of Swords. which yesterday we were talking about coming out of that anxiety. So the Nine of Swords, you can see it's almost like a wall here that we're trying to penetrate through. It's like trying to get that, the swords are thought, and trying to get that clear thought through. But when we're surrounded by anxiety, it gets tough. It makes it hard to be clear-sighted. But it's almost like there's a guardian angel watching out for us. You know, and it's an internal thing. So with temperance, it's all about the balance and taking care of ourselves. Not too much, not too little. But I mean, she's looking at it with like, I never noticed how much compassion this one kind of has in her eyes. As she's looking at the anxiety. Like she's actually mixing together some type of elixir, some type of a cure, something to ease our anxieties. You know, she's looking at the past here. And since we go to the inside with her, you know, are these the anxieties that we're seeing on the inside, maybe even not even noticing? And yet we have a guardian angel over here. It's kind of watching what's going on. The High Priestess, the Papist, is all about what's internal. And this is all about that internal disruption. So I'm going to turn over the advice card. And it's the Five of Swords. So fives are challenges. Fives, when it comes to the swords, is that mental challenge. You know, when we have the Four of Swords, we have this balance that we find. Four is like the four legs on a chair, or four legs on a table, nice and solid. But then along something comes and it disrupts that serenity or that peace that we have. It's that one intruding thought. That may even keep us from wanting to go inside, like a free-floating anxiety. But she's not by herself, you know? So the Papist, she's being blocked from being able to go inside by that anxiety and that stress. You know, and that the Five of Swords, if you've ever seen that, like with the Pamela Coleman Smith, I call it also the ego card because it shows one person holding two other people's swords after they've been defeated. So if you're the person holding the swords, that's the ego card. And if you're not holding the swords, you're the one who's been defeated. So it's that anxiety that goes with thinking we've got it, thinking we figured something out or something, but it's like actually we don't have a handle on something. But Temperance is, that's what. So this is the advice card. It's saying, look, the reason why we get that feeling is because we feel like we don't have a handle on it. Like we're not up to the challenge. You know, like that feeling where we finally feel like things are stable for a little bit. And yet somebody throws another sword in there. And so, even though we can be like this High Priestess here, there's still something that's blocking us. And Temperance is telling us, it's like, even though we're the High Priestess, it's like, are we thrown out of balance? What is it that we're not seeing? What is it that's throwing us out of balance? There's a fifth sword in here. And the High Priestess needs to go in and find out what this sword is that's causing anxiety. So that she can go inside and see that that's her own answers. So what is that one thing that's just blocking us? We all have that one thing. We all have that, that block, that challenge, that, an addiction would be like would be one strong thing, because that's, as an example, because that's temperance. One is too, for an alcoholic, one is too many and 1,000's never enough. That's a perfect example of being out of balance. Those of us who've struggled with cholesterol, because I know for a fact that, I don't need medicine for my cholesterol because I've proven it. But that doesn't stop me from having a milkshake. So yeah, no way out but through. So, recognizing that we all have anxieties, even the High Priestess. The hard part is recognizing that we have a guardian angel. And just remembering that. And that the anxiety is just sticking right here. It's the biggest sword it's the most obvious one. The advice card is saying, find what the most obvious issue is. Find what that most obvious thing that's throwing us out of balance. And then find the guardian angel. Whether it is internal, our internal guardian angel who's watching our back, or it could be a doctor, could be a friend. But whatever it is, if you don't identify the issue, then you can't identify the cure. And I know for me right now it's a health thing, because I am definitely not taking care of myself. And the longer we do that, the more anxiety we build. So, what is that one thing that causes us anxiety that we need to identify? Because until we identify and do something about it, this is going to be the High Priestess blocked. But a problem shared is a problem halved. So, thanks again, everybody, and have a great, amazing day. And with that, I will be here again tomorrow. So, tomorrow, 7:15, And then tomorrow we are also doing the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is where we're going through the whole deck. We have the Queens to do, and after that we have the Kings, and then after that, what do we do? Start over again? I'm not sure. So thank you all, and have a very great day, you all. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing rest of your week, and I will talk to you later.